Welcome back everybody. In this video we are going to talk about snap. Now when working with a program like Revit, precision is very important. So there's going to be a lot of ways that we can ensure that we get the precision with the models we create. In this video I would like to talk about snapping behaviors. Now snapping behavior is just simply refers to the software anticipation, the increment or the geometrical location that we want your cursor to jump to. So we have really two kinds of snapping behaviors. We have increment snapping, where the snapping of your cursor is going to be tied to a distance. And then we have object snap behavior, where it actually snaps to a key geometric point of those objects. Now to demonstrate that, we are going to start with a new template. I'm going to click on My Archie template. Our project is ready. Now let's take a look at the snapping. Now to demonstrate that, I'm going to start a wall command. So let's click on a wall command. And now right now I'm looking at my working area at zoom all to fit. Okay, just pay attention to the way we're looking at our project. Now I'm going to start a wall command somewhere to this arbitrary point. And now let's say if I move my cursor to the right, you pay attention to the dimension we're getting. So we got 5 feet 6 inches. If I move my cursor a little bit further, it jumps to 6 feet. Now why it's jumping to 6 feet? It's supposed to jump a little bit like every inch, right? But it's actually jumping every single inch every time I move my cursor to the right. Now let's look at that from a little bit far. So I'm gonna roll my mouse wheel backwards to zoom out. Now if I move my cursor to the right, now as you can see, it's snapping every 4 feet. It's supposed to move like 1 feet or maybe 1 inch, right? But it actually snapping to every 4 feet. So if I take my cursor to the right, as you can see, dimension increased by 4 feet. Now I'm going to zoom in. And now if I move my cursor to the right, it's still moving every 6 inch, right? So I'll zoom in a little bit more. Okay, now if I move my cursor to the right, as you can see, it's trying to snap to every single inch. So Revit would automatically detect our viewing angle. If it's far, it's going to snap 4 feet. If it's in the middle, it's going to snap like every feet, 6 inch, and then 1 inch. Now, where do we get this setting? I'm going to cancel out from this command to press escape twice, and we're going to go to Manage tab. In the Manage tab, you will see this snap option. I'm going to click on it and we get this dialog box. So as you can see here, we have length dimension snap increments. Now we have 4 feet. That's what we were getting from. Like if we zoom out a little bit far, then we get 4 feet increment. And then we get 1 feet, not 1 feet actually, it's 0 feet 6 inch increment. And then every inch increment, and then ½ inch increment if we zoom in like really close to our object. Now we can add our own increment as well. So let's say I want to increment 2 feet as well. So I'll type 2, and the feet symbol in Revit is single quotation, and inches is represented by double quotation. So I'm going to type single quotation to represent that feet. I'm going to click OK. And then let's see, we go back to snaps, and we actually wrote that 2 feet all after everything is written there, right? But automatically it's been adjusted by Revit. Now we have 4 feet increment, 2 feet increment, and then we have 6 inch increment. I'm gonna add a 1 feet increment as well. So 1 feet. I'm gonna click OK, and then we go back to look at snaps, and now it's been adjusted automatically. Now we have all of these increments set up. Now let's look at them if it works or not. I'm going to go to Architectural tab, and then we're going to start with the wall command. I'm going to zoom out, and then I'm going to start my wall command from this arbitrary point. And now at this position, you can see it's jumping every 4 feet. My cursor is jumping every 4 feet. I'm going to zoom in, and now it's jumping every feet. As you can see here, if we zoom out a little bit, now it's going to jump every 4 feet. Zoom in, now it's jumping every 2 feet. zoom in more, and it's jumping every inch now. So this is where you can change your increment for snapping cursors. So next we have object snap. Now let's look at that as well. I'm going to draw a wall. I'm going to draw a wall here, and I'm going to just press escape to finish the command. And now we have drawn a wall. I want to draw another wall. So if I click on the wall command again, and if I take my cursor very close to this wall endpoint, as you can see, it tried to snap. And if I take my cursor in the middle, it's trying to snap in the middle of that object. It always snaps to the endpoint. Both endpoints are getting snapped, and the midpoint as well. I'm going to start a wall command from here, and then I'm going to press escape to finish the command. Now we are still in a wall command. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my cursor to somewhere here. Now as you can see, it's trying to snap as an extension of this wall. So it's telling me if I click here, our wall will start with the same location where is the line is endpoint is. I can just start from here, and now if I take my cursor here, it's giving us intersection of these two walls. So we can start from here, and I'm going to click here. It's going to snap to the endpoint as well. Now where these settings coming from, same, we're going to go to manage tab, click on snaps, and there we go. So we have object snap. If you want to keep the endpoints on, we have seen the endpoints of every object, then you make sure you check this on. We have the midpoints, we have the nearest, we have work on plane, quadrants, points, tangents, perpendicular, centers, and intersections. All of these are checked, so that means I can use all of these snapping options. And I would say that you keep all of them on because it's going to help you a lot. So this is about snaps. We have two kinds of snap: dimension snaps and object snap.